Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And this video, we're gonna talk about the derivatives market. I'm also gonna talk about codius, which is very important to Ripple capturing the derivatives market. So let's start with this from Blue Hawk Legend. Here is how high XRP can rise if XRP Ledger captures 10% of the derivatives market. So the price would skyrocket to $1,000, considering its total supply of 100 billion tokens. Now Brad is going after 100% of the derivatives market. That was always the plan for Ripple. Ripple and Bitstamp are launching their own digital derivatives exchange. Bitstamp, owned by Robinhood, will significantly accelerate Robinhood crypto's expansion worldwide, holding over 50 active licenses across the world. But I think that even goes in line with Ripple holding all of those money transmitter licenses here in the United States. I think that also has a lot to do with the derivatives market. But you could see how Ripple is already headed in this direction. Wow, banks ranked by derivatives. Look at these huge amounts of money. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions which take place in the derivatives market. It's over $100 trillion. Think about that. So if Ripple was to capture this entire market, we would be looking at a $10,000 XRP. On top of that, then you bring in tokenization, cross-border payments, remittances, custody, plus XRP moving all types of value, tie in the bricks. This is what I'm telling you. This is just part of what XRP is built to move. And this goes back to Kendra Hill. So think of cross-border payments as a nice testing ground to prepare Ripple for the use case they have been focused on since the very beginning. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions which take place in the derivatives market. So why do they not make this public knowledge? For multiple reasons. The most important one being that they are not ready. They are missing a piece to the puzzle, and that piece is called codius. Now, a lot of people in the XRP community will tell you that codius is live in the background, or that Ripple is still secretly building this out. So here's Brad talking about codius.
Brad Garlinghouse says this about codius in the early days.
When I joined Ripple, we were a small company. It was about 4.5 years ago, and there were 3 use cases the company was focused on. One was a smart contracts platform called Codius, using the XRP Ledger. The second was a company, kind of a project called Global Identity, and the third was the payments thing. My view was we had to focus, and choose one, and if we were lucky with that one over a period of years, maybe we'd get the opportunity to do number 2 or number 3 or number 4. I don't look back. I mean, given what has transpired, one could argue that we should have focused more on smart contracts and what happened with the Ethereum network. I don't regret that. I think the payments, like you have, north of $20 trillion going cross-border each year. It is fraught with, error rates, and it's slow. It's expensive. For me, it's the classic like Silicon Valley going up against the big behemoth Goliath. But it's so broken. When I go talk to banks, it's a beautiful thing for me because banks don't like Swift. They're frustrated with Swift. Their customers don't like Swift. And that's a great place to be when you're selling into that. So do I think there's other vertical use cases? And maybe if I went back, could we do it differently? Sometimes I wonder that, but I also think we have been so fortunate through a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill that we find ourselves with a lot of momentum in, I think, really solving a problem using these technologies.
So what happened was Ripple pivoted away from codius and smart contracts and pushed towards payments. and taking business away from Swift or fixing Swift, upgrading Swift's technology. And I think they went in that direction because it was very easy to get tied in with the banks early on. But did you take notice to that second use case that Brad mentioned? Global digital identity. And I think that is still on the back burner. Even Hedera shifted in that direction recently as well, because every single person is going to eventually become a global citizen. And then Smoke pointed out this. In the same June 2024 Bank of Russia document, it is mentioned how Ripple created the codius smart contract system for automatic transactions between counterparties in different countries. So is codius out there, and that is Ripple just keeping it from us? And is Russia planning to use that smart contract system at some point for automatic transactions inside of BRICS maybe? Because, and this is Brad once again, he's focused on payments. But Ripple discontinued codius in 2015. And even the guy who worked on it, Stephen Thomas, he went and tried to become a competitor with Ethereum using codius. So did they abandon it, or is it still up and running in the background? And why is codius so important? Codius offers trigger mechanisms which allow seamless integration into the derivatives market. Take a listen to Susan Athey here.
So like the codius platform would allow you to write a program, and it'll make it easy for people to verify the program works, that would say, if these 5 things happen, then this person gets paid. If these other 3 things happen, this other person gets paid. So we could just, for example, you could think about some sort of complex financial derivative. We could take as an input the Bloomberg feed of stock prices, and we could make very complex bets about, well, if this stock goes up and this stock goes down and this other thing happens and the National Weather Service says it's sunny today, then this person gets paid. And if these other things happen, someone else gets paid. So that's going to really reduce the barriers to entry for creating financial derivative products, and it's going to allow more people to hedge more complicated situations where there's not enough people right now to make the market worthwhile to create the asset and have it verified.
So you see why codius is so important to the derivatives market and why smart contracts are needed. But even recently in a video, I played a clip of David Schwartz saying that they didn't want to go with smart contracts because it would make payments more expensive. So they went in a different direction and abandoned smart contracts, but that's changing today. Ripple to launch XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. Ripple announced plans to launch an EVM-compatible sidechain on the XRP Ledger by 2025, enhancing the XRP Ledger ecosystem with smart contract capabilities. This new development is set to bridge the gap between the XRP ecosystem and everything else, and Ethereum's extensive smart contract functionality as well. Now, right away, people are already thinking again. David Schwartz, the shadow architect, are Ripple's new smart contracts actually the return of codius? The master hand of Joel Katz has been working on something much bigger for decades. So if they're going to bring smart contracts to the XRP ledger now, are we also going to see a push even deeper into the derivatives market? And does it have a lot to do with this right here? This expansion that's happening with Ripple, Bitstamp, and Robinhood. I think everything is coming together perfectly. And I think Ripple is absolutely going after the derivatives market. Now, if they capture 10%, we're looking at $1,000 XRP. If they capture 100%, we are looking at a $10,000 XRP. That's the difference. Personally, I think Ripple will capture at least 50%. And this, then you add value on top of that. you add tokenized assets onto the XRP ledger, XRP moving those. You also look at the expansion of XRP in cross-border payments. Plus ISO, think about ISO 222. So going forward, everything looks great for XRP to achieve some very high numbers. But I wanted to cover this today because a lot of people still talk about codius like it's some sort of secret that's still sitting in the background at Ripple. And that may very well be what's going on. But I always thought that once they abandoned codius back in 2015, that Ripple pushed in a different direction away from derivatives. But I think this was always the game plan, and it will always be the game plan at Ripple. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.